Watching Old Faithful Geyser erupt is a Yellowstone National Park tradition. People from all over the world have journeyed here to watch this famous geyser. The park's wildlife and scenery might be as well known today, but it was the unique thermal features like Old Faithful Geyser that inspired the establishment of Yellowstone as the world's first national park in 1872.
Old Faithful is one of nearly 500 geysers in Yellowstone and one of 6 that park rangers currently predict. It is uncommon to be able to predict geyser eruptions with regularity, and Old Faithful has lived up to its name, only lengthening the time between eruptions by about 30 minutes in the last 30 years.
Thermal features change constantly, and it is possible Old Faithful may stop erupting someday. Geysers and other thermal features are evidence of ongoing volcanic activity beneath the surface, and change is part of this natural system.
Watch eruptions from the Old Faithful viewing area or along the boardwalks that weave around the geyser and through the upper geyser basin. When visiting Old Faithful, you can find when next eruption is predicted at the Old Faithful Visitor Education Center.
The Old Faithful was designed by Robert C. Bremer, who wanted the asymmetry of the building to reflect the chaos of nature. It was built during the winter of 1903 to 1904. The Old Faithful Inn is one of the few remaining log hotels in the United States. It is a masterpiece of rustic architecture in its stylized design and fine craftsmanship. Its influence on American architecture, particularly park architecture, was immeasurable.
The building is a rustic log and wood frame structure with gigantic proportions, nearly 700 feet, 213 meters, in length and 7 stories high. The lobby of the hotel features a 65-foot, 20 ceiling, a massive rhyolite fireplace, and railings made of contorted lodgepole pine. Stand in the lobby and look up at the exposed structure, or walk up a gnarled log staircase to one of the balconies.
Wings were added to the hotel in 1915 and 1927. And today there are 327 rooms available to guests in this National Historic Landmark. Tour exhibits about the geologic forces behind Old Faithful and Yellowstone at the Old Faithful Visitor Center. Kids of all ages can get Junior Ranger and Young Scientist booklets from rangers.
Evidence of the geological forces that have shaped Yellowstone are found in abundance in this district. The hills surrounding Old Faithful and the upper geyser basin are reminders of quaternary rhyolitic lava flows. These flows, occurring long after the catastrophic eruption of 600,000 years ago, flowed across the landscape like stiff mounds of bread dough due to their high silica content.
Evidence of glacial activity is common, and it is one of the keys that allows geysers to exist. Glacier till deposits underlie the geyser basins, providing storage areas for the water used in eruptions. Many landforms, such as Porcupine Hills north of Fountain Flats, are comprised of glacial gravel and are reminders that as recently as 13,000 years ago, this area was buried under ice.